I got.
What?
It's like a little powder room
What?
that he just uses for storage.
I didn't even know that was back there. I thought that was just like a bookshelf.
Near.
Oh my gosh. Wait, does that go into the bathroom?
Yeah, it's very dumb. Like that could be a whole ass bathroom, but instead it's like little toilet area with sink, little shower area, little powder room. We're just gonna tear it all down and make it one normal size bathroom.
A normal size bathroom
with all of the things in the same place.
Yeah, that I didn't. Okay,
isn't it silly?
That is silly.
It's very silly.
Come on, weird house.
Well, it's from this back when you would have his and hers bedrooms, so you didn't sleep in the same room. So this is her
I feel like
bedroom with her powder room.
Sitting in a museum right now.
You are.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Look at her beautiful with all of her drawers for all of her things.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow, this house is that old?
61. Yeah, that was in mid-century. I feel like very common in mid-century homes. My grandparents had his and hers bedrooms too.
Well, I mean, it makes sense now that, like, if I think about your house, because there's so many things happening downstairs, like that's where everyone else lives.
Yeah.
That would make sense that, yeah, they have it. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where the heads of the household reside.
But
and all the noisy childrens are downstairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that, so does this powder room go straight to your room, your office?
So it goes, that door behind you is the powder room. And then the door behind that goes to where the shower and bath are.
Oh my God, there's a sink.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's basically a U.
Yeah.
So, and then the shower and bath room open on the other side to the main part of the bathroom, which is toilet, sink. Yeah.
Cute.
It's very silly.
It is silly now, but back then.
Yeah.
Efficient.
Yes, and you don't have to share. It's funny, my stepmom was like, yeah, that way you can put your makeup on. You don't have to deal with your stinky husband in the bathroom. And I was like, oh, firsthand experience, Deb? I get it.
Cute.
I don't want to have to put my makeup on when it's.
Well, they just they sit in there forever.
They do.
They sit in there.
It's impressive how long it takes.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't know about your other half, but
like, are you contemplating life in there?
Turn the shower on and then go potty and sits in there, contemplates life, and then showers. I'm like, so you're sitting.
What a waste of water, Patrick.
That, which we've talked about. He's gonna get so mad that I talk about this.
Sorry, Pat.
And but also, I know
Nick
he's
does
not
it too, though.
Yeah,
Nick
but I was
does it too,
like
though.
the most men. But I'm like, where did we learn this?
Yeah, you are trying to like hide your poop sounds.
No, no, because I've heard it. But like, also, I'm just like, what? Why? You want steamy shit smell?
Yeah. You know what I don't want when I'm pooping?
And
steam.
Well, and then I can't do my makeup because it's steamy.
Yeah.
So maybe we need a his and
You
hers.
need a Jack and Jill.
Now we can't sleep together.
Now you need to have whole different bedrooms.
Oh no. Well, since we're talking about her husband, should we just talk about the sturdiness?
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I feel like that's
should we introduce this what is this thing called
This
that we
podcast.
do? A podcast. Should we introduce this podcast?
Probably.
No, let's do it.
Hi, I'm Tori.
Hi, I'm Kimberly.
And this is
It's Nothing.
It's Everything.
It's a podcast.
Yep.
You're here. Go everyone.
You might be queer. Get into it.
You might not be.
Yeah.
We all exist on the spectrum. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
And if you don't feel that you exist on the spectrum, go do some ayahuasca and learn more about yourself. I don't know.
God. Never done ayahuasca, but it sounds scary.
I'd do it.
I know you would do it. I can't lose control that much.
It would have everything would have to be exactly right, which is what they tell you, right? Like you have to be like separated from the world.
But like, what is everything right? Like, what does that even mean?
I have no idea.
If I was separated from the world, I'd be like, now I'm scared.
Now I'm not safe.
Now I don't feel safe. And who are these people?
And who is this guide who's supposed to be? It also feels very different. I feel like for a female to be trusting in that scenario than a male.
Yeah.
Is
that where the shaman is?
Yeah.
I do know female shamans.
Shamans?
Yeah.
Oh, what was her name? From Mexico 2 years ago, Dion. She's a shaman.
Yeah.
She's magical.
We have somebody who comes and teaches at the studio that is a shaman. I don't think she's doing shaman things, but
Tim and Josh, I'm sorry guys, I hope I can say this. I'm about to say we're about to talk about illegal drugs. Were saying that or maybe it was Josh was saying that they found a woman in Arizona
No,
that you just like pay
No.
to fly up to you,
no,
and she comes and does
No.
ayahuasca. Is your
no.
yeah? They had this whole. I don't know if they ever did it. I gotta find out now. They had this whole plan.
You
where they
should
were
ask
gonna,
them. Can we use their names while
Yeah.
we're using their names?
Yeah, don't worry. I'll ask them after the episode is live, just for funsies.
Can I say that?
Josh
Is it
was-
legal or illegal?
No, but also like
Okay.
okay. That they were like gonna be renting a house in the San Juan Islands, and they were gonna go out
sure.
there, and you have to do this whole detox ahead of time, where you like detox from your phone for 24 hours ahead of time, and you don't communicate with
nice.
anybody outside of the house, and then it's just like a weekend trip.
Where you go take some
You
ayahuasca?
like have all your food and all the things ready ahead of time, and then she like prepares all of your meals, and she is like your guide for the. Yeah, he was like, "We're just gonna fly her up from Arizona." I was like, "What is happening?"
Man, there's a job for everybody.
So
isn't it?
listen, we can
No,
we can do that.
I don't want to, but I will be there to support you and hold your hand.
Thanks, babe. While I'm puking my guts out and having insane hallucinations.
That's where I'm like, nah.
I don't really feel like that.
I don't need to dive deep into my subconscious like that.
I bet it's horrifying in there.
Yeah, that's why it's subconscious. That's why it's deep. It's
deep in
sub.
the
It's
depths.
under.
It is sub.
You know.
Yeah.
I took Latin in 6th grade.
Good job. Me too. Was required. Just
Sub.
Under. Dead language required for all students.
Well, I mean, it's the root of stuff.
It is the root of all things.
Yeah. It is the root of all things.
Anyway,
let's both drink at the same time.
Good idea. 1, 2, 3, go.
But we were talking about.
Oh, my tea's hot.
Oh, well, that's
on an 85-degre day.
It is very
refreshing.
warm. It's 80. It's balmy.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's come down. We're talking about. Let me say and 7 more times. We were talking about.
Well, what's that text say? Somebody sent you a text. One of our listeners.
Oh.
Why do I say text? Because you showed it to me on your phone. Was it an Instagram message? Somebody reached out to you somewhere and said it's very refreshing to hear people say nice things about their husbands.
Yes, I found it. And it was a text.
Oh.
You can all send me a text anytime you want.
Her number is 555
444-9898. Hi. So I listened to your podcast this morning and I could not stop thinking about it, so I thought I would share. It was so refreshing to hear women talk about their husbands in such a positive way. I have found that it is becoming more and more abnormal, and I feel that it's sad. It's more normal to hear women put their husbands down and complain. I love that you women were so positive and honest and not husband bashing. It just shows you your inner love and that you have such an uplifting soul. I have gotten comments on the fact that I don't have anything bad to say or still positive about and still positive about a not so positive thing. And I find it surprising that there is not more of it. Just good to hear, I guess. Thank you and keep it up. Long message. I know, but it was nice to hear.
But I also feel like there were so many important things in there, which is like, to her point, getting commentary on having a positive outlook on a not so positive thing. I feel like we've talked about this a million times, right? Like, how you choose to see it is how you choose to see it. And everything is a choice, even when horrible fucking things happen to you, because that is the unfortunate truth of life, is that horrible things happen to good people. Your reframe is, or your perspective, how you choose to, which direction you choose to move in.
Yeah, how you choose to engage with it.
Yeah,
will change the outcome of where it all goes.
Yeah, and I think so much of that is just tied to healing in general. Feeling your way through it, not hiding any of your feelings, not suppressing any of your feelings because they're yucky. Feeling yucky until you can feel unyucky.
Yeah, sitting in it.
Yeah.
But also being gentle with yourself is also, I mean, that was a hard lesson for me, where I was just like, you're stronger than this, Tori. Be stronger. Period.
Do it. And it's okay to not be strong, right? Like sometimes you
it's
have to have
okay
those
not to
moments of
be
weakness.
yeah, I have found in my old age that I actually like to be taken care of as, you know, a strong, quote unquote, strong lady.
Mm.
I'm that strong friend that people talk about.
You and me
I,
both.
yeah, I like to be checked in on. Just because I'm strong and because I can doesn't mean I should all of the time.
Yeah.
And I think that was for me, I think I was just like white knuckling it for such a long time. I never trusted that anyone was going to take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a lot of that. It was like, I mean, that's why when I started dating Pat, I was like, I'm going to throw everything I fucking got at you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to come at you hard with my ugly.
I will also say, like, you had some dating experiences leading up to Patty. I can see
Yeah.
how that was your approach to the relationship.
Yeah. It was bumpy. Not white bread Brad. He was just kind of like there, you know?
Well, I think
He was beige.
that is kind of bumpy because like you're a strong female and he was like, let me take you to dinner for your birthday at the same place you had dinner last night. And not even like put a thought. Sorry, white bread Brad, if you ever hear this.
He won't.
Not even like put a thought into like maybe I should do something different for her that will make the experience unique. And it's not malicious, right? Like he
No.
just wasn't using his brain.
No. Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Bless his little baby heart.
But like that also contributes to you like putting on your armor, right? Because you're like, okay, well, if you don't see me or this relationship as any kind of important, then like, okay, fine. I'll be extra Miss Independent. You've got it. I don't need you either. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. One, and people just didn't, I think, throughout my life, just assumed that I got it. Right? I was just fine.
Yeah, might do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was, and that's where my favorite saying is like, check in on your strong friends
Mm-hmm.
because they need love too.
Yeah. And when they go down hard.
And when they go down hard. And I think that people don't, but we also, because we're strong, we don't show that.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's perpetuating the cycle of like, no one's going to check in on somebody who's already fine, but now even in their hard time, they're fine. So like, why check in on them?
Mm.
I'm like, because we're human beings. Because we're human beings.
Because we're human beings.
Yeah.
And like why do we have to wait for people to show signs of distress in order to check in on someone? Like the amount of times that people in my life have been like, "Oh my God, I had no idea you were going through that. I didn't even notice. You seemed fine." Like that's not I'm always going to seem fine. Same with you. You're always going to seem fine because that's how we roll. That's how like we're always going to pull ourselves up by our fucking bootstraps and get the shit done that needs to get done.
Yep.
We don't derail.
Yeah.
We just keep forging ahead. That doesn't mean we don't need to.
We just build another track.
We're just like, fuck you. The track's over there now. So, okay, fine. Track's going up the wall. I guess.
I gotta. Okay. Yeah. But so when I found a partner who was not only, I mean, he was scared. Like, let's call that what it is. He was scared, but he could also see past it and was like, there's so much good there. And and never shied away from the challenges that I made him jump through.
Yeah.
Because I did. Like,
well,
I mean, we've talked about it on the pod where I was like, not an easy few months that the beginning of our relationship, because I didn't trust it. I was just like, something's going to make you go away.
Yeah.
So how did I get here?
Well, I don't know.
By car.
Check in on your strong friends. Yeah, you drove.
I drove here.
You took the 160.
I came through this closet.
You came from
the water closet. Anyway.
Yeah, sturdy. Well, I think same with Nick. Nick was, I think probably very afraid of. Nick has had times in our relationship where he's been very afraid of me.
Yeah.
But the thing at the end of the day that is the foundation is that like I will always be strong. There has to be a counterbalance to that, right? Like I can go out in the world and be strong because at home in my space I am held and I am cared for and I am protected and I am safe. And if I don't have those things at home, then I don't show up in the world as strong. I show up in the world as like hostile and aggressive, which is not the same as strong.
No.
No. but there has to be like that counterbalance, right? So that we can continue to be strong and forge ahead and be the, what do you call them? Fucking, what's that word? It's
Windmill, turbine.
be the turbine.
Be the turbine to my life. What? Okay, Tor. Be here now.
Be the I don't know. I can't. It's too
Is
far
it
back
hot
there.
in
It's not
here?
coming out. It's hot in here. We're melting. My brain is melting. But yeah, there's
We need a safe place to land.
we need a
A
safe
soft,
place. We need
a soft place to land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that sturdiness also requires strength, right? But it has to be like complementary strength, which again I think is the same as like not being hostile and aggressive, right? Like
Yeah.
if as a strong female in past relationships, I have been met with aggression and hostility because men with their big ol' egos feel threatened by
Your passion.
my passion and also my strength. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I have had this conversation with Nick. I don't even know how many times. Well before we got married, I was like, I don't need you. I mean, I came from being a single mom.
Yeah.
I was like,
Man,
I
single
don't
moms don't fuck around with
don't
a
fuck
single
around.
mom. You guys are the superheroes of the world.
I
will die on that hill all day. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how anybody does it. I bow down.
It's yeah, I don't recommend it. And also like I recommend it over, most women choose to be single moms for reasons. And so in my scenario, definitely I recommend it over the alternative.
Yeah.
But especially because that was where I came from.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need a husband. I don't need a partner. I want an equal.
Yeah.
I want someone to share the load with, share the work with, share the joy and the experiences and the adventures with. But like, there is no need here. And I think a lot of men are threatened by that.
Well, yeah.
Which is why those relationships didn't work
because
out, right?
also because they have been told that that's their primary job.
Be the provider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've literally been told since just like we were told to be princesses, they were told to be the knights in shining armor.
Yeah.
Who come in and save the princess.
And rescue. Yeah.
And rescue. And so if you've never had an actual man in your life, say, hey, bud, there's another way.
Yeah.
Come be the gremlin who lives in the forest, right? Like nobody's ever said that. And so just like nobody's ever said to us, be like, you can bypass princess, go straight to queen and rule everything.
Yeah.
Nobody ever gave me that scenario. It was just like, no, you have to be the princess. I was like, but
I don't
boring.
wanna. She's boring.
She's boring.
I don't want to wait around for Prince Charming.
They always take too long because they're taking a shit with their shower.
They're taking a shower shit.
Like they're steaming it up with the poop particles.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. And I also die on that hill because I don't get it.
No, I know.
But I still love him with my whole heart.
Yes, of course.
But I love that text from a friend of the pod because it was nice, the acknowledgement that there are other people in the world who just don't hate their partners. Because I feel like I think that people lead with their battle stories before they lead with the positive.
Yeah.
Right? It's like when you have a baby and people are like, oh, well, get ready for third trimester. Oh, get ready for, X, Y, and Z. Oh, it's always the negative that they lead with. And it's because like people want the acknowledgement that their suffering was for something good.
Yep.
Right. And I don't think that a marriage is any different. I don't think having a partner is any different. People want to be like, look at what I've suffered through.
Yeah.
And I don't do that because I'm really, my partner and I have worked very hard. Pat and I have worked very hard to have not only a solid foundation, but also to keep it positive. Because I am surrounded by a lot of women who do that. And I'm just like, why?
Yeah. Well, and at the end of the day, like if that's the person you're choosing to be married to, how do you want your marriage to feel? How do you want your relationship to feel? And if that's the way you feel towards your partner, I mean, listen, I also feel like culturally we are in this shift where like we are recognizing the amount of abuse that women have been put through in like standard heterosexual marriages
Yes.
for generations. And so we are getting more vocal about putting our foot down and saying that's enough.
That's enough.
So if you know, are the kind of person who got married before you had awareness of that and are now like realizing that, I am sure you probably have a lot of very negative feelings towards your husband. I don't blame you. And also, are you guys working on it? Are you working to fix it? Or is it just easier? And I know like there's so many things, right? Like there's so many layers to this onion. So many layers, as with everything.
Onions, baby.
You got them onions.
Parfaits.
Are you communicating about it? Are you working towards it? Are you being solution oriented? Do you feel comfortable saying, hey, babe, the contract that we negotiated when we got married is not the contract we have anymore. We need to renegotiate.
It's up for renegotiation.
We are up for renegotiation. And you're either going to get a promotion or a demotion.
Yeah.
Which do you want?
Well, and I think I've had conversations with my lady friends of like, I don't feel, I shouldn't ask him to change. I was like,
no, yes, yes, and
yes, and I think you can. You have changed. And because we should all be changing.
Yes.
That is the goal, right? We are respecting the deathbed. I don't want to be the same person I was at 23, at 33, at 43, at 53.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the same person. That's not growth to me. And in my life, a priority in my life is growth.
Yes.
And that's also a conversation I've had with my partner where I was like, I will outgrow you. And it's not because I don't love you. I love you so deeply that I'm having this conversation with you.
Yes.
To say, I need you to come
Step
on
it
up,
up.
babe.
Yeah.
Because like you're on a different growth pattern. And I don't mind that your growth is slower than mine. Maybe I have more sunlight. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, like, I don't know what it is. Somebody's watering me more. I don't know. But like, I need to see that it's going in the same direction. Otherwise, the hard conversations will have to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't think just because they're hard, they shouldn't be had. They should be had.
That's truly how you invest in your relationship. We've had so many of the same conversations where I'm like, I am coming to you. This is my effort to grow and improve. And if I come to you and I have the hard, and I approach the hard conversations and I start the conversation and you just put it down on the floor because it makes you uncomfortable to think about, that's you actively saying, no, I'm not investing in the relationship.
Yeah.
And then we have a problem.
Which then I also take as I'm not worth that effort.
Yeah.
And it's like, well then now my battle armor has to come on because I'm like, now you've offended me.
Yeah, you don't get the vulnerable me because you're showing me that you're not keeping her safe.
Mm-hmm.
So
you are no longer a safe place or soft place to land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite things, I think I brought it up on the pod before, but it was an Instagram thing of like, be the place where she can, it was a man talking to other men of like, be the place where she can let her storm brew and fully like let her go.
Yeah.
Right. Like fully get out of her way to just burn it down and then become a phoenix. Right. Like that, instead of being another place, another person saying, calm down or stop it, or it's just, you're fine.
You make me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Or like, it's just, it's just a bad day or you're having.
Yeah. You're fine.
Right. You're fine. You're fine. Or even just like toxic positivity can be in there. Be like, just find a rainbow, and which we believe in, right? Like, yes. And I can be two things at once. I can want to burn it down and still be looking for my rainbow because I'm being
those things
treated unfairly.
And those things have to coexist.
They
cannot be completely one or the other.
Because you also, here's gratitude. You cannot appreciate a rainbow without the rainstorm.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Rainbows don't fucking exist without a little bit of rain.
It's true.
I mean, maybe they do. I'm not a meteorologist.
They don't. You need moisture.
Okay, well then get in there.
Get your moisture up in there.
Get your moisture up in there. I want it moist and dark.
And sunny.
And sunny.
All at the same time.
I want it all. But I also think that that is, I mean, to say that, like, I do want it all. And I think that we can have it all in life. It takes longer, some of the journeys, right? Some of
Yeah.
the storylines will take longer.
Yeah.
But like, why I have so many fucking weird jobs is like, I want to do all those things. And so I'm gonna do all those things.
Yeah.
I want to be a mom. I want to be a wife. I want to do theater still. I want to, travel the world and teach yoga. I want to teach yoga with a community that I love. Like, I mean, I'm doing all those things because
You want to do all those
I
things.
want to do
Yeah.
all those
And you're being
things.
intentional about your life.
Yes, but I think that some people get lost in the sauce in some of those storylines and they forget the other stuff that they wanted to do, and now they've saddled up to this partner who's not supporting all of the things.
Yeah.
The full picture of what a person is. And I get ragey, obviously. I get passionate about it because I'm just like, you choose. If you're unhappy, and I feel yucky saying that. Like, there's a part of me that feels yucky.
Oh, I think it's so important to say.
But to have to the, I'm going to speak just to the ladies, but like, cut it out.
Cut it, truly.
Cut it out. Like, either
Cut it out.
like it is okay to expect more.
Yes.
Not
and
only-
it's okay to say I need more. And this is where
Amen.
the nuance of the idea of changing your partner comes into play for me, because I will never go into any scenario with my husband where I approach it saying, I want you to change. I will go to him and
No,
I
yeah.
will say, here's what I need that I'm not getting. You choose to fulfill that need or not, right? That's his choice.
Mhm.
I am never going to give him an ultimatum about demanding that he change. I'm going to communicate my needs. And if I communicate my needs and he chooses to ignore it, then I have to make the next right choice for myself.
Yeah.
And eventually, if I continue over and over again to communicate my needs and those needs continue to not be met, and I have to keep making the next right choice for myself, at a certain point, that leads to no longer a partnership, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not
Which is okay too,
Yes,
right? Like, that's what I'm
100%
saying.
is okay.
It's like, it's okay. Maybe you've built this. This is the chapter where you guys were together and you built this beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And then you've outgrown each other, and like, I'd be like, let that be okay.
I think it's really okay. And I mean, I understand there's so much complication
There's
with
so
divorce.
much,
There's
yeah.
so much stigma.
Easier said, yeah.
There's so much stigma in our culture. I mean, if you have kids,
And if you have kids,
if
right.
you have kids, if you have a house, if you
Yeah.
have pets, right? Like, if you have all of these things, it's so much more complicated. It's so much harder. I mean, like,
Mhm.
I would say 2 years ago, we were in a dark place.
Mhm.
Nick and I were in a very dark place. And that's where my mind went. And I was like, how do I make this make sense? We have
Yeah.
a mortgage, we have children, we
Mhm.
have like all of these things. And I'm like looking at it from all these different perspectives. And I'm like, how do we build wealth? We're like cutting our wealth by 2/3 if we have to sell this house and move out, right? Like, there's all of these, like, it's not, there's so many things that you have to consider. However, in our situation,
Yeah.
I continued to say, here's my boundary, here's what I need. Are you going to meet me halfway, or are you going to continue to sit on your hands? And if you continue to sit on your hands, then my needs change.
Yeah.
And my demands become more urgent.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how you choose to react every step of the way is going to inform what the next thing becomes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a partner who is non-responsive to those communications, that's a whole different story, right? Then you need, like, you have to escalate, and you are not the one choosing to escalate, right? You are the one choosing to be solution oriented by communicating your needs to your partner. I think that there's I don't want to make everything about like gender stereotypes, but there is definitely like a very stereotypically male approach to conversations like that, where they're like, all right, she got it off her chest, she vented, now we just like go back to the way things are.
Yeah.
Path of least resistance.
Yeah.
And that ain't it.
But even if you're the female in that, like, there are some women who would also choose the path of least resistance.
Yeah. Yes. And to be fair,
because
this
to
is
see
not
the mountain, right? To see the mountain in front of you and be like, if you have kids, you have a house, you have dogs, you have jobs, you have all the things.
Yeah.
And now you don't have this partner, even though there seems like a waste of space anyway. Like, there's still so many. It's like, I'll just stay there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have never lived it, right? So I can't say that. I can't speak to that. But I feel like if I were up against it, like if Pat and I started to go down that dark place and path, I'd still take the mountain over me really regretting my life
Yeah.
for the long haul.
Yeah.
You know,
Take the mountain
And-
and take the discomfort, because that discomfort is what leads to change. You cannot stay comfy and make change.
no.
Staying comfy guarantees you that you will be the same person every day for the rest of your
24,
life.
34,
Yeah.
44, 54. Yeah.
Same old Tori.
Yeah. And she's, no, I no. And I mean, also for those people, because I know we have listeners who also are not married or have partners. And so it's like, I think part of me with every relationship that I had, I would start to build a list.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was my brother actually, who was, when I was dating Andrew, and he was like, just give it a few months, like back out all the way. No communication with this person. Just like figure out who you are without the distraction.
Yeah.
And man, when I had that actual breath of fresh air, yeah, I didn't want to go back because I was like, oh, that ain't it.
Yeah.
But he was like, in that same conversation, he had said, start to build a list. Like, what'd you love about it? What'd you love about it? What did you not? What are some of your non-negotiables? Which no one had ever said that to me. Because
yeah, you didn't know you could
when
have
I
any?
started to date him, I was in high school and I just wanted everybody to want me, right?
Yeah.
I was just like, everybody be my friend.
Yeah, because that's high
Love
school.
me. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
know. You're dumb. You ain't got no frontal lobe, you know?
You're
like,
dumb.
You're dumb. We're all dumb. Even in college, I was still dumb. And so like when I wrote it down. And so when I met White Bread Brad, I was like, okay, you check off some good stuff. You've still got some other weird stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that'll go on the other side. There, because, okay, you're a weirdo. But like, who we call White Bread Brad.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever.
I hope we run into him someday.
I don't think.
Because there's no way I can ever just call him Brad. White Bread Brad is
I
going
don't
to be
think
the
he
only
doesn't
way it
know
comes
we've
out of my
called
mouth.
him.
Well, he's about
He
to
will.
learn.
He will.
I'm going to go find him. White Bread Brad.
Listen, he's lovely. Now, I'm sure he's done some growing up, right?
I should hope so.
Same, right? Same. Like I wouldn't have treated him like I treated him.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
As when I did when I was 22.
Yeah.
23. But the list for those, I wish I had started earlier on the list, maybe. But like,
I mean,
it
it's
was
powerful.
It was so helpful.
Yeah, it's so informative. I mean, that's when we got to.
And not about them, right? The list isn't about them.
No, it's about your
It's
needs.
my
It's
needs.
your needs.
It's like,
and are they being fulfilled or not? And what goes on the pros, what goes on the yes, this cup is filled list, and what goes on the no, this cup is not filled
You're
list.
draining
and
my
how
cup.
important are they? Yeah. I mean, that was one thing I went to Nick with, and I was like, my pros and cons list is not even. We have a problem.
Yeah.
I have more cons than pros. That's not sustainable for me.
No.
I refuse to accept misery for the sake of whatever it is.
A picture.
A picture, a societal norm, an expectation, saving face, however you want to label it.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, we moved in a positive direction for our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But some people don't. And I think when people don't, I think that's also incredibly valuable. I have a girlfriend, one of my best girlfriends right now, left her husband a year ago. And man, for like the last couple of years that she was in it, I just every day was like, please, will you fucking leave him? I never said it out loud, right? But like every time I interacted with her, that was just like all I could think of in my brain. And I would just be like asking questions like, oh, how does that make you feel?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? Trying to be supportive, trying to like put it back on her to arrive at the conclusion on her own. And the whole time I'm like, this man is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
He's never going to change. He's showing you with his actions that he's never going to change.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the words coming out of his mouth because they are meaningless when they are held up against his actions. And she is having this incredible transformation right now.
Hell yeah.
I mean, fucking incredible transformation.
Let's send her a button.
Let's send her a button.
We don't have a button.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Our
Buttons that we're going to create. Are you an innie or an outie?
Yeah. She's an innie for sure. We're going to send her an innie button.
Yes.
She is having this amazing transformation. She is like, almost a year sober. She is like having this whole recreation of her person and her career. And like, she just is, it's really amazing to see. And
Yes.
she is able to do that because she was able to leave this relationship that was no longer serving her.
Well, suffocating her.
Yeah. And so that's like, to me, that's, and I'm not saying every person who talks shit about their partner needs to leave their partner.
No.
But for me, that's where the threshold is. Even when things in my marriage were like at their worst and I was scraping the bottom of the barrel, my outward narrative was not, I fucking hate my husband, I fucking hate my marriage. Once that becomes my outward narrative, there's no going back. So for me, it's
I'll
like,
put that on my. All right.
now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
You know,
okay,
right?
all right.
Once that becomes my outward narrative, there's no going back.
Yeah.
So like, I can feel that way in the moment.
Yeah.
But if that's what I start to communicate to the world, then that is my truth, and then that becomes my truth to other people. And once that becomes your outward truth, that's not the same as just thinking it, right? Like once those words pass your lips, that becomes what you choose to live. And I don't want to live a reality where I hate my husband. So if I get to a point where that's the message that I start to put out into the world, then we shouldn't be together.
Yeah.
We have no business being together. I can be frustrated. I can be fucking mad. I can be mad as hell. I can be hurt. I can be all the things. And I can, you know, express to people in confidence like I did to you when I came to you. And I was like, this is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
This is horrible. But never was there a point where I was like, I fucking hate my husband because, and I don't say it like that to mock anybody who does speak negatively about their partner. There's a lot of work that we all need to do, right? But like, I want to live out loud the life that I want. And a huge part of that, yes, is actions, but is also the way I talk, the way I speak about anyone.
Well,
the way I speak about my kids, right?
Like, speak about your kids, speak about yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Which we've talked about to death on this podcast. It's like how you speak to yourself really does matter.
Yeah, because you believe what you say.
We have a whole episode about it, being mean to yourself. You haven't listened to it, go listen to it. I don't know what it's number 14. Yeah. So because like all of those, it's signals. It signals to your body. It signals to your nervous system. It signals to your heart. And so like if you're outwardly talking trash about anybody. Because I think it goes with friends too. Yeah. Right? Especially in our old age. Old age. Like I'm very specific with the people I put around me. Yeah. And if I can't speak positively about those people, then they shouldn't be. That has nothing. That has nothing to do with them, right? That's my choice, and it's like
that's your boundary.
That's my boundary, and I remember Pat and I actually had a conversation early in marriage where. I'm having, it's a recovered memory that I'm having listening to you talk about your guys' dark time. Cause I think we went through, it wasn't necessarily a dark time, but I do remember like coming home from hanging with friends who were all kind of mean to each other in front of each other or in front of us. And it was just like, we just made the contract of like, let's not do that. Yeah. Let's not, even though it's in jest maybe, and it's just haha giggles. Those, my inside might not know the difference. Like hearing you talk poorly about me and vice versa. And there have been moments, right? I'm not saying we perfect because we ain't. No, sure. There are moments, and it usually comes from me where I say something trying to be funny. Yeah. That whole truth and sarcasm thing. That's rough. Yeah. This 50% of your jokes are real. It's what makes it funny, but it also is what makes it hurtful. So I have a hard time with that. Just because when I'm uncomfortable, I make jokes. Sure. When I'm happy, I make jokes. Yeah. When I'm sad, I make jokes. That's just like your resting state. It really is. And and so like Pat and I, we had a conversation. We were just like, let's not be that couple. I think too, there's two things that I want to say right now at the same time. I say, you have time for both. Let's see if I remember. Yeah. Both. Let's see if I remember the second one by the time I get through the first one. Yeah. First one is, I feel like you grow up in an environment where, like, I feel like looking back at high school, everybody talks shit about everybody. Oh, yeah. And then at a certain point... Spilling tea, right? Yeah, everyone loves to spill tea. Yeah, loves to spill the tea. Yeah. And then at a certain point, you either outgrow that or not. Mm-hmm. But I remember there being a very pivotal moment of transformation where I was like, why am I continuing to put myself
in a situation, in an environment, in a dynamic, in a relationship with people that make me want to speak negatively about them. And I shouldn't say make me want to, right? Because they're not making me anything, but people that lead to me feeling like the thing that I want to vocalize about them is a negative thing.
Yeah.
That's not, I have no business being around those people.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't want to be around me either.
Right.
Like, that's not, like, that should be a mutual understanding of like, yeah, you know what? This is not like, if all I can say is negative things about that person or that friend group or whatever, then like, let's not. Let's not. Because I want to be, the world is hard enough. The negativity is everywhere. It's at work. It's at home. It's with your kids and their teachers and their best friend's mom and every fucking headline that we see all day, every day. And like everywhere you turn, shit is negative. So like curate the positivity.
Yeah.
And if you have people in your life that you can't say anything nice about, maybe you should move on to find people that you can say nice things about, because that's what you should surround yourself with.
Yes.
And so that now that is a pretty strong litmus for me. Like if I get to a point in a friendship where I'm just constantly like feeling negative things about that person, saying negative things about the person, I'm like, ooh, it's time for some distance. And that doesn't mean I shut it down forever, right? But it's like, okay, I need to step back.
Yeah.
Because this has gotten to a point where the negative is outweighing the positive. And so I need to take some time and like think on that. What does that mean? And is it a blip? Is it just a moment in time where we are on different paths and temporary friction? Or is it like we have outgrown one another? We have gone in two different directions. This is the friendship episode, right? Like, were you a flower or were you a branch or were you a trunk?
It's somebody who just listened to the episode, and she came up to me at my child's birthday party and she said, "Am I a flower, friend?"
And did you answer her honestly?
I said, "You're not. You're giving me branch energy.
You're giving me branch,
you're giving me branch. Like I do have some flower friends, but I just loved that moment because it was just like I knew exactly what she was talking about. And I was like, one, thank you for listening. Yeah. And which shout out to Filibuster, and which is her nickname. It's not her real name.
I was like,
no. But she was. I just loved that so much. And you have a second point I don't want to distract you from.
No, keep going.
Oh no, now I feel pressure.
Sorry. Oh no, second point. Sorry, no, this is what happens when I multitask.
Yeah.
Yes, no, my second point was,
oh God.
Oh, come on. About being with people who are just mean to each other. We, one of my more recent trips home, maybe it was like it was for Christmas. We went out with, my parents go out to brunch every Sunday with these friends that they have.
Cute.
Or maybe it's not every Sunday, but they have regular dates with these friends. And
so brunch friends.
Yeah. So we went out to brunch with them on a Sunday, and these friends of my parents were so mean to my parents the whole time. So mean to them, like openly critical, like, and not in a joking way, like mean. And like, the wife sat there the whole time and like criticized everything on her plate and was like, this is terrible. It's too salty. The eggs are overcooked. Like neither one of them had a positive thing to say.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Go to a different Denny's.
Yeah. Or like send it back, babe. Ask for a new one. Also,
advocate for yourself.
Did you communicate your expectations? Yeah. What kind of eggs did you tell them to make you? Like, can you advocate for yourself to get what you want instead of just sitting there and being pissed and then deciding you're not going to leave the server a tip because you're pissed about a thing you never said you wanted?
Shame on you, Karen.
Shame on you, Karen. But anyway, at the end, they were just like not like, I feel like there are those friendships that kind of toe the line where you like razz each other a little bit and you're kind of being a dick, but also it's in jest.
Like all my gay
and
friends.
It's like, yes, 100%.
We roast each other.
This was not that. They were just
rude,
mean. And then at the end of brunch, we're going to pay the bill. And it's like me, my brother, my dad, my stepmom, and then their two friends. And so we're like splitting up the bill, us on one bill, them on the other bill. And the friend turns to my dad and he's like, "Oh, you can't buy us brunch?" And like not in a joking way, but like literally gave my dad shit for not picking up their tab.
Ew.
And so my dad like just took his check from him and handed his card to the server for both of the tabs. And I'm sitting there fuming inside, like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, no, now you double down and say, fuck you, buy your own brunch. Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? So like those kinds of friends, get them out.
Those aren't friends.
And I did to my dad. I was like, do you guys have positive interaction? I'm just curious. Like, do you guys have positive interactions with those friends ever? Because,
Yeah.
or like, is that how it
Or
always
is that
is?
just how the routine?
And he like sort of laughed it off, and he was like, oh, no, we have positive interactions too. But I'm like,
is that a generational thing, do you think? Because like I have some elders in my life, not my parents, other people in my life that I'm not going to name specifics, but they have friends that have treated them poorly and have treated their children poorly.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Get 'em
how
out.
are you? Why are you still friends with them? Like they literally, listen, let's just go for it. I was like, they got kicked out of a summer vacation that they did every single year because our generation had children and the elders didn't like that. They were like, you brought that loud baby on our vacation. No more. Nobody's invited. And then when their kids had kids, oh, look who's all invited back.
Of course.
And I
Of
was like,
course.
and they go every year. These are my in-laws. And I was like, I don't get it. Because like that, they treated your children heinously.
Yeah, that's your blood. They treated your family, your blood family.
And you still consider them friends.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Mm-mm.
I don't get that. I'm uncomfortable with that. Easy for me to do. I was just like, fuck it. I don't care. I don't need that vacation.
I don't
go on
wanna
other
be
vacations. But Pat was like, his feelings were really hurt, as they should be.
Understandably, yeah.
And I'm, I was just like, well, let's make our own thing. Like, fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah. But maybe it's a generational thing of like, I don't want to hurt my friends' feelings, but I'm like, why? Those are not friends.
Yeah.
If they're going to treat you like that, they are not your friends because it's a repeated thing. Like, everybody's allowed a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But like, not if you're going to be a dick on the repeat.
Yeah.
No gracias. You don't get my magic, right? Which it's easy for me to say that, but it is hard, and that's easier in my old age to think that and act on that when I've had people in my life who just don't. I'm just like, every time I'm around you, I feel yucky. So I'm gonna say that's my cue to exit. And not because of anything, like, I'm fine. Like, I don't need to be a dick on my way out.
Yeah, no.
Right? I'm not going to make it a priority to spend the time.
Yeah.
Because I don't like feeling like that. And I don't get people who do. I struggle with compassion when it comes to people who are choosing
Man,
that.
I don't know if that's struggling with compassion, which I do agree with you, I think is a generational difference that kind of goes back to the whole root of this conversation, which is how you speak about your partner, right?
Yeah.
And like how you choose to exist within your marriage is the same in how you choose to exist within your friendships is like, what benefit, what are the pros and cons list? What joy do you get joy out of this relationship? And if not, like, have a conversation with them about it.
It's a communication that, I mean, maybe it's just because I like communicating.
It's so much better than not.
But I mean, I have been around other partnerships that are, you can tell that they are letting some internal monologue come out when they're surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Because that's like, maybe it's joking, maybe it's not, but it's like, okay. As somebody who's pretty funny and I like comedy, I'm going to tell you that that's real coming out. That ain't joking.
You're
that's
not joking there, pal.
You're subtly or not so subtly hinting to your partner about things that annoy you.
Yeah.
When I'm like, but have you said it to their face?
Yeah. Have you talked about it?
Because like, why not? Right? Like, why do you have to wait? This takes cojones, and I respect the hell out of this person. I'm not going to name names, but it's group of our friends, and one of the couples would always fight in front of us. Always fight.
Oh.
Bicker. And one of the gals in the group said to them, was like, you know what? I noticed that every time you're in front of us, you are arguing. And it makes me uncomfortable. And I would appreciate it if you stopped.
Good for her.
And I said, I want the size of your nuts, please. Because like, I don't know if I have the cajones to say that to somebody.
Yeah.
And and they received it and they heard and it did die down for a while. It rears its ugly head sometimes, but like for the most part, it was fine.
Yeah.
Or it's fine. Because we're all still friends, right?
Yeah.
And but I was just like, I love that boundary that you set. You're like, I don't want to stop hanging out with you, but when we do hang out, you guys argue a lot, and I'd appreciate it if you just didn't. And like, yes, thank you for trusting us with your dirty laundry.
Yeah.
But I am not your maid.
Yeah. Yeah. And also
So-
like, don't like, now you're hijacking everyone's. That was the thing about the brunch that made me so upset is like, we just came off of this week at home. Like we're home for Christmas. It's a week with my family. We don't see my family very often. It's the whole family. It's my brother and his kids, my dad, my stepmom, my aunts and my uncles, and like everyone's together, and it just feels cozy and
Yeah.
homey, and it's so nice.
Yeah.
And this was literally our last day, Sunday. We're driving back to Seattle. I go meet them for brunch. That's what happens. And I'm like, first of all, that was my last meal with my family.
Mhm.
So like, you know what I never want to repeat is that.
Yeah.
So
No more brunch for
in
us.
my limited exposure to these people, I'm like, noted. Don't ever need to spend time with these friends of my parents ever again. So like then I'm putting myself in that mindset in my parents' shoes, and I'm like, why don't they care that this was our last meal together? And it was completely hijacked by these people who just want to be angry about the world.
Yeah.
I mean, they were angry about everything. She was talking about what her daughter named her baby and was just angry about the baby's name and was like, what? Who even names their kid that to me? And I'm like, your daughter did.
Yeah. She did.
At least one person on this planet. And also like, it's not your fucking baby.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like it's is the baby healthy? Is the baby happy? Is the baby cared for? Is your daughter happy? Like, shouldn't those be the important things?
Yeah.
So anyway, to all that to say, like, it would be great if we could have that conversation. If in the future there were an opportunity for us to spend time with them again, I would say, hey, I'm not comfortable with that. I feel like they hijacked our time together last time. I didn't enjoy being there around them. They didn't make me feel good. I'm happy to have a conversation with them, or I'm happy to have you have a conversation with them about, boundaries, but I guarantee you it would not go well.
No.
That doesn't mean I won't say something.
Those people
but
are
like,
not open for feedback.
Those people are not open for feedback.
No.
So like, I love in this scenario that being open for feedback is so important.
Well, because you can't, you don't know how you're not, okay, what are words? You don't know how people are receiving how you're living, right? And which is also sometimes none of your business, but if it is a friendship or it is a partnership, it does matter.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's a two-way street in that kind of scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a firm person. Like I have said this about my family. I have said this about my friends. I have said this about Pat. It's like, I will go the distance. I will meet you halfway in any relationship, but I have to notice that you're trying to.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, if it's always I have to come to you, if it's always you have to fit into my schedule, if it's like I never hear from you unless I reach out, if it's any of that, after a while, I'm just going to disappear from your life. And it's not because it's just I've set the boundary and because you've not in my life, then you weren't privy to that. To it.
Yeah.
Sorry. And part of I like kind of love relationships like that when that happens because, or like these brunch people.
Yeah.
They'll be like, great, I don't have to ever think about that again.
Yeah.
I was like, I just cleared out a whole compartment in my head.
Look at all that free space.
Look at all that free space.
Yeah.
Look at my water closet.
Look at that. Look at that powder room in there.
Hell yeah. So good. Which, I mean, we talked about that in the Friends episode where it's like, I don't want to ghost people.
Yep.
But you have to show some kind of want to be in my life as well.
Yeah. That effort is important. And also, I mean, and in marriages, that effort is so important too. The energetic effort, the energetic investment into the relationship, if that is not equal or at parts equal, right? Like there will be times where I invest more. There will be times where Nick invests more. But there has to be some kind of over time, some kind of equity there, right?
Yeah.
And like going back to the root of this about like the friends that talk shit about their husbands,
Yeah.
and I don't want to make it gender specific, the people who talk shit about their partners.
Yeah.
In all kinds of relationships, in all kinds of partners.
Yeah.
If you're not having those conversations of saying, I feel like one of us is energetically investing more in this relationship than the other, and like sitting through the discomfort of getting through to the other side of that, getting through to the why of the other side of that, rather than like letting your fears of the narrative that you've created prevent you from having that conversation, then you're not doing the relationship any favors.
Yeah.
And the relationship has to be its own entity, right? Like I am my own person. Nick is his own person. Our relationship is its own thing that requires food and water and light.
Yeah.
And independent of me requiring food and water and light, independent of Nick, independent of our children, independent of our family dynamic of the four of us, the relationship is still an entirely separate entity.
Yep.
And if one person is more energetically invested than the other and you're not talking about it, then you got bigger problems. Because the more you don't talk about something, the more you just create narratives in your own mind.
Oh my
and there is
gosh.
no better way to lie to yourself than to create your own narratives.
That's she's a fickle mistress, that narrative.
Yeah.
The storytelling and the assumptions.
Well, because we always assume the worst.
Yeah. And I mean, that was a huge turning point for Pat and I of like, don't just assume the worst of me. Because we went through a time when that was what we'd do. Be like, well, I guess, I just assumed you weren't going to do that because blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you assuming the worst of me? Am I not your person?
Yeah.
Like, am I not?
Are we not in this together?
Are we not a team? Like, it is not you against me against the problem. It's you and me
together
against the problem.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember when Finn was born and we were deep in the early stages of parenthood.
Woof.
The dark times.
The trauma, the traumatizing times.
And I would nitpick the shit out of Pat. I was like, why is he folding the towels that way?
Yeah.
Do you not see all the time I spent to organize? Why is he not doing the dishes the way that I do it? Why is he not? I was just like finding everything to put all of my internal negativity that I was feeling out on him.
Yeah.
To try to like trauma bond with this person who didn't need to be trauma bonding. It's like, you will trauma bond with me right now. Not necessary. Tor.
You will succumb.
It's like, but my mom was like, hey, Tor, how about you're just grateful that he's doing it? Like, which was yucky for me to feel. I was like, shut up, Leslie.
Yeah.
You're not my real mom.
Yeah,
oh, wait,
you are. You're not my real mom.
You're not my real mom. Where I was just like, she's like, he's doing his best.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's not the way that you envisioned, but like at least he's doing it. And she's like, I think you need to like maybe release some of the control that you're trying to just dominate his whole being with.
Yeah.
Because I was like, do it my way. And like, why? Right? He is my partner. Like he is doing his best. I'm doing my best. We're all just trying to do our best.
We're all just trying to survive sleep deprivation.
Yeah. But I mean,
holy nipples.
Oh my, no nipples. I had no nipples. I mean, that man. Anyway, so many other stories I could tell about how he's just done. He's gone above and beyond, the meeting me halfway. Placenta in a bucket. Yeah.
Placenta in a bucket?
Have I never told you that story?
Why was it in a bucket?
Because it was COVID and I had to get it outside to the lady who was going to make it into pills.
Oh, he transported your placenta?
He was like, never again, Tori. He had to dump it from like the thing that they gave it to him in.
Yeah.
He had to put it in something that he could take outside.
Oh man, placentas are so cool.
And well, he doesn't feel like that because
No,
he was like,
imagine.
he had to go into like the bathroom and take it and like dump it into a bucket or a bag. And so he's like, this man who's pretty doesn't have a lot of blood. He's like in this, and I'm like, can't feel my legs holding the baby. Like, and we have no one because it's COVID,
it's
right?
COVID. You're by yourself.
And like the nurses were like, we can't because of COVID, whatever.
Yeah.
Here's a placenta, and so like he's
do
like,
it
where do I
yourself.
go? And I didn't know this lady. Like I don't remember how I found her, but it was through a friend, one of my yogi friends, and so he's the bathroom, like dumps it into the thing to transport it to the
Oh my
stranger
God.
in the alley of the
It's like a drug run.
and he's just like, I'm
Get it?
never doing that again. And I was like, this is our last baby, so you don't ever have to deal with the placenta. But thank you for
God
doing it.
bless.
They was trying to help my baby blues after, which I think they did. It was
Oh,
probably,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like,
Yeah,
it might have been a placebo. It could have been somebody else's placenta. I don't know. But I took them and I felt a lot better. It was also for like milk production. But anyway, we'll talk about that.
I still have some of mine in the freezer.
I think I still have some of mine and I don't want to get rid of them because I'm like, oh, good job.
You did
Yeah,
it. Well,
you
they
did.
also say you can save them for menopause.
Oh. Well, somebody has asked us to talk about menopause.
So many people have asked us to talk
so we'll
about it.
have
We
to
will.
definitely, we're going to
We'll do
dive,
it.
but we want to be educated for it.
I have a lot of things to,
Yeah.
I have a lot of things to say about menopause.
But anyway, we should.
Anyway, not the point of this episode.
No.
Yeah, sturdy partners,
Sturdy partners.
strong women need
the
sturdy partners.
sturdiness starts with your expectations, I think.
And communication.
And communication.
You cannot be sturdy if you are not communicating with one another.
Yeah. And you're allowed to change. They are also allowed to change.
Yeah. And you are allowed to communicate new needs.
Yep.
That's where the sturdiness comes from. Hey, hi there. I have a new need. Hi, by the way, it's me, your new wife, who just gave birth and will never be the same person again. Whole new person. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Here we are. New needs, new expectations. Here they are. Let's figure it out.
And if it keeps coming, I mean, man, yeah, I just have so many more thoughts about it, but we have run out of time.
Lightning round, go. What are they?
Just like, I mean, no.
She works well under pressure.
No, I don't. I think it's just, it's, if you see something, say something. Like if something is truly bothering you,
Thank you, New York MTA.
Yeah, I mean, like, but like, it's the same reason somebody doesn't talk to us because we're strong, scary women.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm afraid to bring up my needs. I'm afraid to be too much. I'm afraid of how they're going to react. And it's like, right there is your problem. If you're fearful of how they're going to react, you haven't figured out a way to communicate properly.
Yeah.
And so like, boom, let's deal with that. Number one, let's send each other some Instagram memes of solid parenting from therapists.
Yeah.
And start there. Because I mean, that's how Pat and I will, anytime we see it on Instagram, like something that has to do with like a marriage or building strong relationships or child rearing or anything that truly inspires us, we send it to that person and we're like, how you feel about it?
Yeah, we do
Like,
the same thing.
Yeah, should we adopt this?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it is nice to have a third party. I mean, that's why, marriage counseling is real and everyone should do it.
Oh my God. Highly recommend. Our therapist is the fucking tits.
The fucking tits.
The tats.
The fucking tits. And it's also okay to say no.
Yeah.
It's okay to walk away.
Yeah.
From partners and friendships because we all keep evolving. If those people can evolve with you, God, I mean, and family members.
That's a whole different.
That's a whole nother chestnut, But
to your point about communicating, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have decided that it's a scary thing that you think I'm going to react in a negative way, that means you haven't figured out how to communicate it. That communication to me is what creates the sturdiness. Because you and I, as strong women, know what we want and we know how we're going to get it. And that makes us strong women, but that doesn't make us rigid.
No.
There is a lot of flexibility in our strength. It's like
I'm a yoga instructor.
It's like I say all the time in anatomy training, right? Strength is the full contraction and extension of a muscle. If you can only contract a muscle and not extend it, it's not strong. If you have huge biceps that are so strong that you cannot fully extend your arm, you're not strong. You have big muscles. Strength means strength means flexibility, right?
Adapt.
You cannot be one without the other. You have to adapt. And so that is what comes with us being strong people, right? It's like you come to me and you say, hey, here's this concern I have. Here's something I need from you that's different, whatever. We will adapt together. If there is sturdiness, the strength and sturdiness can coexist. But if you are scared, this is something that Nick and I had to work through. If you are scared, if you come to me and you're timid and you're like, well, I think what I need is like nothing is going to make me more rigid than that kind of approach. That's how you guarantee rigidity.
Yeah.
You want to come to me like that?
Yeah.
Get out, because I don't want to feel a power dynamic. I don't want to feel in control. Strength and being in control are not the same thing. I don't want to feel in control of our marriage.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to feel in control of someone who's supposed to be my equal.
Mm-hmm.
I want to feel like we are both in control and we are both working towards something together. And if it feels like I am the one who is having to lead the ship and drag the fucking boulder up the hill by myself, there's no...
I might as well do it by myself.
That's exactly right. There is no quicker way to guarantee a negative outcome.
Yep. That coming and being timid with me, that is a surefire way of me burning the house down.
Oh, it's like, yeah, like my hackles.
I see just rage. I mean, that's the ball dance that my mom gave Pat when we first started dating.
Yeah.
That conversation of like, my dude, you better buckle up because she is really strong. She is, and she can be really sturdy. She's rooted deep into the earth. So if you want to like climb that tree, then you better sack up.
Yeah.
And like
put on your harness.
Yeah. And like learn how to communicate. We came from 2 different families that communicate way different than each other.
Yeah.
And so it took a long time to like for us to like figure out our own communication style.
Yeah. And how to be sturdy and strong together.
Yes. And like keep me accountable. Like I need somebody to keep me accountable. Be like, hey Tori, you're kind of scorching earth right now. And I'd be like, what do you mean? and then he'll be like, here's why. You don't need to do that. I'm here also to take a little bit of the brunt.
Yeah.
And or work through some bad ideas before we go out there into the world together.
Yeah. And bear some of the burden so that you're not bearing it on your own.
Yeah.
Sturdy.
Come on. Sturdy. Expect more, be more.
More and more.
Yeah. But we love that you're here and being our sturdy friends.
Way to be sturdy friends. Way to be sturdy husbands.
Yeah.
If you're partnered and you are not a sturdy partner, get it together. I say this with all the love in my heart. Get it together for the sake of yourself and your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like Leslie said to Pat, you got to nut up. Fucking stand in your power. Stand in your power. Nobody wants a partner that can't stand in their power. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants that. Well, that's not true. Yucky people want that. You don't want to be with a person who wants that.
No. But we would love to hear like if any tips and tricks of how you have communicated with the people in your lives.
Yeah, how do you make it work?
You can send it on Instagram, email, text, all the things.
Facebook.
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
There is a Facebook. But like, comment, share. Thank you for being here. We love you.
You guys are the best. Seriously, you guys. When your feedback, when you interact with us, even if it's not on the podcast platforms, right? Like hearing from you is so valuable for us because otherwise we're just like in a silo, being like, does this even matter? Does anybody care?
Does
anybody even care? And it's nice to see when when we see you guys listening week over week. That's some validation, but like hearing from you guys is so helpful because we know what lands and also what doesn't. It's also helpful for us when you're like, I don't fucking care about that.
Yeah, truly. So yes, and see you next Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
Go be sturdy and stuff.
Don't be IKEA.
Don't do
Be a mahogany desk.